Hola estudiantes, ¿cómo están? Welcome to another lesson. Today we are looking at the difference between ser and estar. So firstly, ser and estar are two verbs in Spanish that have the exact same meanings in English. So ser and estar means to be. So the English translation of these two verbs is to be. Now the verb to be in English is conjugated like I am, you are, he, she is, or it is, we are, and they are. The verb ser is conjugated as yo soy, tú eres, él, ella, ustedes, nosotros somos, ellos, ellas, ustedes son. Estar is conjugated like yo estoy, tú estás, él, ella, usted está, nosotros estamos, and ellos, ellas, ustedes están. Remember that usted and ustedes is a formal form of you or they, you all. Okay, so usted, you, and ustedes, they or you all. Now, it's very important to understand the meanings behind ser and estar so that you can choose the appropriate one in context. Ser is generally thought to be associated with the use of or the description of permanent features or permanent things, whereas estar is associated with temporary things or features. It is also important here to note that it's not always accurate to follow this theory because there are going to be contexts where when you apply that rule, it may be grammatically incorrect. So let us explore the uses of each one of these verbs. And of course, you'll be able to distinguish when to use them. Before I do so, I would just like to reiterate that ser and estar, again, has the same meanings in English. So if you want to say I am in Spanish, it's either yo soy or yo estoy. Similarly, tú eres and tú estás means you are. We are, nosotros somos, or nosotros estamos. So we have to be able to figure out which one to use. So if I want to say he is, will it be él es or él está? So at the end of this lesson, I hope that you can answer that question. And of course, it depends on the context. So uses and examples of the verb ser. It's very important to learn of this acronym as it helps you to apply your knowledge when it comes to selecting ser or estar. So doctor stands for description, occupation, characteristics, time, origin, and relation or relationships. Let's explore the examples. Description of something. El lugar es limpio y tranquilo. The place is clean and calm. So here we are given a description of something. We use ser. Occupation. Carlos is bombero. Carlos is a fireman. Once you're talking about someone's occupation or profession, we use estar. And it's also important to note here as well that when you are using professions or talking about professions in Spanish, that a, for example, in English is a fireman or my dad is a police officer. That a does not translate. Or my uncle is an engineer. That a or an will not translate in Spanish. It will simply be the person, the verb, and the profession. Carlos es bombero. All right. Characteristics. Mi mamá es alta y amable. My mother is tall and kind. So, given characteristics of someone or something, we use ser. Time, son las 3:30. It is 3 o'clock. That's pretty simple. Origin, el estudiante es venezolano. The student is Venezuelan. Now, for origin, you could also talk about what something is made out of. Relationships or relation, somos hermanos, we are brothers. So anything to do with family, relationships, connections, we use the verb ser. The acronym for estar is place. It stands for position, location, action, condition, and emotion. For example, for position, el libro está sobre la mesa. The book is on the table. Location, estamos en Mexico. We are in Mexico. So position and location could sometimes be easily confused, but the most important thing to know is that regardless if it's position or location, it's estar. We train students to sit the CSEC examination, and there's no way in the exam that's going to ask you to state why you use it. So that's a good thing. Once you know, well, okay, it's either location or position, we know it's estar, we're going to use that form. Action, which can also fall under what we call the present progressive tense. It talks about something that you are doing. Están cocinando la comida. They are cooking the food. The condition of something. La puerta está cerrada. So the door is closed. And of course, all emotions or feelings, we use estar. Lola está triste. Lola is sad. So you can pause the video at this point, or you can go back to ser, and you can make a comparison. You can look at the examples. And now you are going to attempt these questions for me. So what you can do is go to wordreference.com and you can look for words that you do not know. It's very important when you are completing Spanish exercises, whether it's translations, fill in the blanks, that you try to find words that you do not know and add to your vocabulary rather than translating entire sentences. You are not going to learn that way. So when I'm going to continue discussing, what you can do is pause the video, attempt it on your own, and then continue the video to see the corrections. So let's talk about the corrections. So here we have number 1. José Sánchez es el profesor que está en Washington. Es because it's occupation, está its location. Esa chica que está con Nora es mi hija. Está, well, basically position or location, she's with that person. Es mi hija, relationship. María está cansada y Nora está soltera. Las dos son colombianas y ahora están en Washington. So Maria is tired. So that's her emotion or that's a condition. Nora is single. That's her condition. The two of them are Colombians, origin, and they are in Washington. So right now they're in Washington, their current location. El carro de Sánchez está aquí. It's here, it's location. Pero ¿dónde está Sánchez? Where is Sánchez? Again, you're asking about location. Mi esposa y yo somos de California, pero estamos en Washington porque mi oficina está aquí. So we are from California. So that, of course, is origin, but we are in Washington right now. We are in Washington, so it's location because my office is here, position, location. ¿Cómo no? Of course not. La conozco, I know her. Esa chica está en la oficina y es bombera. So that girl is in the office, her current location, and she is a firefighter. So occupation, of course. La fiesta es mañana a las 5. So date, pero ¿dónde está la invitación? This, of course, is asking where is the invitation, so it's location or position. Sánchez está aquí. Here, Sánchez is here. Location or position. Pero no quiere ir a la fiesta porque su esposa no está bien. He doesn't want to go to the party because his wife is not well. So, of course, condition. Su esposa es colombiana. His wife is Colombian. Origin. No, yo soy colombiano y mi esposa es americana. So, yo soy, I am Colombian, of course, origin, and my wife is American, again, origin. ¿Dónde está el profesor? Where is the teacher? Position, location. El profesor está con Jones en la sala de clase. So, of course, location. You can pause or you could go over what I explained and make your corrections. All right, so we are about to do this other activity. So at this point, you will pause the video, you would complete the activity from 1 to 20, and then we'll discuss the corrections. Of course, the translations are given here so that it's going to be easy for you to apply what you have learned to indicate or to insert the correct option, not only set in a star, but of course the correct conjugation of the verbs where they are needed for the sentences to be grammatically correct. All right, so I hope that you have done well and that you found it easy to go through. So number one, está en la misma calle de la embajada. Alberto es doctor. Es la 1:30. Estoy cansado. Está por la iglesia. María es una buena persona. Ramón es colombiano. El concierto es en el auditorio. Son las 2. Está enfrente de la terminal de autobuses. So from 1 to 10, you need to analyze whether or not, or you should have analyzed when you were doing it, why you have selected estar or ser. All right, so just to go through, number one, it's location. Number two, occupation. Number three, time. Number four, condition. Number five, location. Number six, characteristics. Number seven, origin. Number eight, this is like more of a fact or description of something. The concert is in the auditorium. So en las dos, it's time, and está enfrente, so of course, location or position. Number 11 to 20. Diego es de Perú. Es jueves. Este tapete es de México. Esa bicicleta es de Gustavo. Juan está escuchando. Estamos despiertos. Las llaves son de Julio. Hoy es 4 de junio. La escuela está al lado del correo. Está al lado del monumento de la revolución. So number 11, we selected ser because it is origin. Number 12, time or date. Number 13, origin. Number 14, origin. Number 15, action. Number 16, condition. Number 17, origin. Number 18, date. Number 19, location. And number 20, location or position. So I hope that you did well in this activity. And if you have any questions, you can message in the, or you can comment rather down below, and I'll be sure to respond. Until our next lesson, adios, pórtense bien, chao.